Hi, Pat Dune 1979 here. This is going to be a first look on my newest purchase, the SOG Jungle Canopy. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it, give you guys a few specs, and show you a couple things on it. So let's go into it. This is the knife itself. Weight on this is 1 pound 1 ounces. You know, a little bit more, a little bit less. This is a 10-inch knife, 0.19 inches on the spine right here, the thickness of the knife. The steel on it is 8CR13 MOV, which is a good steel for folding knife, as for a outdoors type blade, you know, camp knife. I don't know how it's gonna perform yet. Didn't go out and play with it. I'm gonna tell you guys why in a few minutes. This is the handle on it is Kraton. It's got a guard on here. It's got a little bit of jimping in here, a little bit of jimping here. It's got a pommel. This is a full tang knife, and the handle is comfortable. I've got large hands, and I still got a little bit of room to play with. So, you know, this is a comfortable handle and comfortable grip on it. You can see there's some jimping here, but the jimping in here is, you know, just looks. It doesn't do anything as jimping wise. It's almost like smooth as the blade itself. It's all rounded off and it's not sharp at all. So, you know, compared to that jimping right here, this is jimping. I don't know why they put jimping on the pommel, but this is jimping. This, you could put this on the blade itself, that kind of jimping, and this is sharp. This is effective jimping. Not too sharp that it's gonna cut your finger, but this is some good jimping right here. Anyways, so a little bit more about the knife. The knife I received, ordered it from Amazon, paid like $40 for it, and the knife came, well, not very sharp out of the box. It's a hollow grind, but the grind on it, the hollow grind, is kind of junk. It's uneven, it's more grinded on one side than the other, and the V-edge on it is almost chiseled. The relief edge is pretty good on both sides, looks pretty even. The only thing is the edge itself is almost, you won't pick it up on a camera here because it's not a good enough camera, but the edge is almost a chisel grind. So on one side it's maybe like 15 degrees, and on the other side I would say it's more than 25 for sure, because my croc stick can't even touch the edge at 25. So, and I would say it's more than 30 even, maybe 35 and something like that. The edge on it is really bad, so I'm gonna have to contact SOG on this to see how they can help me with that. So, if they can do anything about it. But I tried to sharpen it, not much. I don't want to change too much about the knife itself. You know, I like when a knife comes from the factory to be sharp. I got a little piece of paper right here. I could do a little cut test to show you. I'm gonna cut towards the tip because this is what the knife is the sharpest. So. Yeah, you can see. Sharp enough to cut a little bit of paper, but you know, it's gonna be a bitch to sharpen, and I wish it came sharp from the factory, but that's just, you know, quality control. Had a little issue on it, so hell, for $40 I would still expect the knife, you know, from you get offering from other companies that have stuff made in Taiwan or China. In that case, you can't pick it up, but it says China right here. So anyways, with that name on it, you know, SOG, I would expect a little bit more quality control. I'm gonna show you guys I'm gonna try to show you guys what I mean with the edge right here. I got my work sharp. Now try to bear with me. The way you gotta sharpen this is you put it in the little groove right here, and you just lean it towards the outside of the outside right here. That little thing right here. You gotta lean towards it on both sides. So. Right here I'm leaning into it, so you can see the knife is at an angle, an outside angle. It's not straight. it's leaning towards the outside of it. So if I go on the other side, which is straight on both sides, and I can have another knife, now you can see the knife is straight. You know, I'm leaning into it and the knife is not going anywhere. So on that side, I'm leaning into it and you can see the knife is leaning towards the other side. Anyways, so basically I'm gonna have to contact SOG to see what they have to say about this, how they can help me with this. But overall the knife feels great, would be fun, would be good enough to baton with, because even 316 is good enough, and this is thicker than 316. And by the way, references, I'm gonna show you guys my my Condor Kamanga here, Condor tool knife Kamanga, which is had a little bit of love on that. I batoned with this, I chopped trees, I did a lot of stuff with that knife, and this is great. This is a great knife. Flat grind. Well, I won't get into details right now. It might be for another review, but this is a great knife. The handle is a far end. It's not craton, so a little bit more slippery. There's not really any guard on it, but overall, this is one of my favorite knives. I did a little paper cut test with that, and the edge on it. Look at that. Look at that beautiful edge. Hand ground, convex edge, and that puppy is sharp. Let me show you a little cut test on paper right here. Yeah, that puppy's sharp. Anyways, that's a good edge. That's how you're supposed to have an edge from the factory. And this, I played with it. The edge stayed pretty good on it. But it took me like 2 minutes on my work sharp. I went with a 220 grit sandpaper belt. Then I went with a 6000 and boom, sharpness is back to... All I gotta do is pass it a few more times at 6000 and this thing could shave hair. So I did it before, but I don't want to keep this too sharp. It's an outdoors blade. So anyways, size reference wise, if I put them side by side, pommel to pommel, you know, the even the SOG looks a little bit bigger than the Condor, not by much though. Not actually, pretty much the same. Yeah, if I line them up, they're pretty much the same length. But the only thing is the broad blade. The blade here is a little bit broader than the Condor, so it's gonna be a little bit heavier too. This is 3/16. Like I said, this is 19. So let's try to look at the the blades itself here. Look at the thickness difference on that spine. I'll try to get a little bit closer here. Look how much thicker it is. Oh, a little bit of magnet on this shit. Oh well. One of my blades seems to be magnetized. Anyway, you can see the blade differences. This thing's a little bit thicker than the the SOG is a little bit thicker than the Condor. The Condor is 3/16 and this is 0.19 for the SOG. So anyways, it would be a great blade to baton with. I don't know how 8CR13 might hold up, but the batoning and impacts and stuff like that for chopping, but it looks to be a good blade. And look at the tip right here. You get thickness all the way almost to the tip. It just comes for the hollow grind here, but you could still whack on that tip a lot. And would have plenty of strength, I think, for batoning. And overall, it feels good in the hand. If the grind on it would have been good, I'm guessing it would be a good performer. But if I get a new one in the future, or replacement by SOG or anything, or if I get bored and I can't do anything with SOG's customer service, well, I'll just go out in the woods and just try to put a decent edge on it and just go whack with it in the woods and see what it gives. Maybe bring my Condor along for the ride and just do a little bit of comparison with it. Anyway, this is the first look for my newest blade, the SOG Jungle Canopy. So I hope you guys like this, and look for updates in the future on that knife and many more. Thank you.